Welcome, beautiful souls. This is the new month / upcoming month's messages, guidance, and advice. Each pile will include the Lightseers Tarot deck as well as the Wild Unknown Oracle deck, pile 1 and pile 2. Let's jump right into it. Welcome, beautiful souls. This is the upcoming / new month's messages, guidance, and advice. Each deck will include the Lightseers Tarot messages as well as the Wild Unknown Archetype Oracle messages. The month I am doing this for is originally for November. When you're watching this, it doesn't actually have to be November. You can just take the messages that resonate. For the original month, November is 11, which is 2 ones, and ones are the number of beginnings. There are a lot of new situations coming to the forefront. We just recently passed 9 and 10, which are endings and completions. So there's gonna be a lot of fresh starts when it comes to career, possibly relationships, and even in your home life. But if you add 1 and 1, that makes 2. You're also gonna have to find balance, but also there's gonna be a lot of decisions that need to be made this month. You're focusing on balance in every aspect of this month, in every aspect of your life for this month, or you're being called to focus on balancing. There may have been an extremely chaotic experience and it might have pained you to let it go, but you're being taken to a different area and you could be in the midst of that journey. I'm getting where you had to travel from one place to an island, and this metaphorical island, it'll be peaceful and you're actually going to enjoy it there. It may be more minimalistic, but you'll actually enjoy it. You could be embodying a masculine energy who is in touch with their emotions, who is emotionally balanced, and you have this carefree energy to you this month. You're being called to go with the flow and to let things go. Also, if you're a writer, working on that more frequently. Get in touch with your spirituality. So whether you are actively working on your spirituality or you're being guided to moon phase rituals, meditation, whatever spirituality means to you, you are connecting yourself with your soul and with the universal energy. There's some sort of movement, change, but also letting go of what you can't control and focusing more on what you can control. You could have had some toxic people in your life or still do, and if you have the chance and the choice and the option to let them go, do it. It might be when it comes to your family because this bird is in this nest, but they're very front and center. They could be causing you a lot of chaos, doubt, and self-esteem issues. Get out of that situation as quickly as possible. Focus on what you can do and all of the steps that you need to take in order to get your foot out of that door and get your whole being out of that door. So whether that's selling a bunch of stuff in order to make money, or it's packing your bags and just leaving, but making the plans and taking the steps to get out of that situation. Also, hydrate yourself, not only with water, but also moisturizer. Make sure that you are hydrating your body and not allowing yourself to be dry. You're being called to trust your intuition, and if something isn't what you want, let it go. You don't need to hold on to it. We have the Empty Room, the Shapeshifter, 6 of Swords, King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and 8 of Cups. You are working on manifesting whatever you truly want in your life. You're focusing on, or you're being called to focus on your true desires, as well as spending your time wisely and doing what you actually enjoy, not just focusing on a paycheck. If you dread doing something, what can you do to change it and to go into the line of work that you actually want to do? We have the Empty Room. Honestly, I'm getting that this is like an apartment and you're starting fresh. You have so many opportunities and possibilities ahead of you, and this is your space. This is where you can be yourself fully. With the Shapeshifter, I'm getting you're like a chameleon and you're kind of being forced to only show certain parts of yourself around people who you should actually be able to trust. So focus on what part of yourself comes out around what people. If you find that certain people from the past are coming into your life and you're typically a very nice person, but you start becoming being more rude, that is not someone that you want in your life. If they bring out a mean aspect of yourself, acknowledge that truth and leave the situation. Surround yourself with people who you want to be more like. If you have to go on Facebook groups, Reddit, and find people online first, then do that. But try to go to events that are either free or cost as little amount as possible, or maybe even it does require some sort of investment first that you know long term will bring you fulfillment. But this will connect you with people that you're looking for. For example, if you want to be an influencer, watch videos, look at events, and get in touch with other influencers. Ask about advice, see if you can create with them, and if you can do collaborations. See what makes them successful. Do some research and figure out how you can do that. Another example is if you want to build a baking company, research pricing, different options, all of the ingredients it would cost and that you would need to have a long-term business, different outlets that you can get in bulk, flour, sugar, and all of the ingredients. Look at locations and do your research. You can call different places and ask advice on starting a bakery business and what is something they wish they knew before they started. Also, taxes, they kind of suck, but they are a huge responsibility. So making sure that if you are doing a business where you have to pay taxes and they don't naturally get taken out, do not fall back on that. Make sure you're saving the right amount and you're saving at all, because honestly, you do not want to be in debt with the IRS. That shit sucks. You should be saving about 30% of your income to pay taxes. I know it's a lot and it definitely sucks. And depending on what it is, it might be more, it might be less, but it's better to save a little bit too much and have some left over than not enough and be screwed. So that's gonna end this reading. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Definitely stop by pile 2 if you feel called to it. If not, let me know how it resonated. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Welcome pile 2. This is your new / upcoming month's messages, guidance, and advice. We're gonna be using the Light Seers Tarot deck as well as the Wild Unknown Oracle deck. The month that I'm originally channeling this for is November. Now, if you're not watching this for November or in November, that's okay. Just take the messages that resonate. Going to the original month that I'm recording this for, November is the number 11. And number 1 symbolizes new beginnings, opportunities, as well as choices and rebirth. We've just finished up September and October, where there was a lot of endings and completions, and now it's a fresh start. There's going to be a lot of change for you in this upcoming month, and it's going to be very different than how the past months have been. I keep hearing this Harry Styles song where it's like, girl, stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. You and me are there, I gotta get away out there. Something like that. But I keep hearing it in my head. I don't really know what that song is about, but it may be important or it may resonate with you. But I'm pretty sure that song is a message about hope. So having hope for the future as well as the present, getting more in touch with your dreams and goals and putting them into action. Also, just listening to music in general, being conscious of the music and the media that you are taking in, especially since what you verbally put out manifests your life. That is the law of attraction. The energy you put out is manifesting back. If you are singing about being broke and dumb, then that is what you're manifesting. If you're singing about being divine, attracting happiness, and being grateful, then that is the energy you're going to be in. Especially pay attention to the outfits you wear. Do not wear stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I only have $3. You don't want to manifest that. Focus on clothes and media that's affirming what you do want. I'm a rich person. I make money in my sleep. I get paid to exist exists and my existence pays for itself. Then believe it, walk the walk, talk the talk, meditate, journal, and let that shit go. There's gonna be some stuff that is causing you a lot of mental fog, stress relief. Journaling is the number one way to get clarity and to get stuff out of your mind. Releasing rituals and releasing meditations will help you declutter mentally, which is what you really need this month in order to kind of get back on track of where you want to be. Honestly, there's a lot of heaviness and chaos. Getting outside, not being cooped up in your bedroom or in the house. The longer you stay in the house, the less you want to leave it. Now, it's good to have a sanctuary of being inside the house, but there's also so much beauty and livelihood of being outside of the house. Look at the weather and do what you need to do. Either get super dressed up and go out, or dress down a little bit, wear some shorts, a tank top, and feel the beautiful weather, or have a big coat, a scarf, some mittens, and a hat, and feel the frosty air. Either way, get outside. Connecting with people who understand you and who are like you are going to help you fill your social cup. I understand you may have a very limited amount of social energy, but if you work around your phase, if you're a woman or you're just biologically a woman, understanding your own phases, that in your period you most likely need to retreat and be in solitude most of the time, while in the follicular and ovulation you are outgoing and present and social, while in the luteal phase you do not want to be around people. You have those 2 weeks of peak energy to be social with other people and to refill your social cup, while the other 2 weeks of period and luteal you need to retreat. You need to be by yourself and to rejuvenate yourself, so when the follicular and ovulation phases come, you can actually go out and be your best self, your fullest self. If you want to learn more about the menstrual cycle, I can link that in the description below. I do have on my other YouTube channel for self-care and self-love a breakdown of each phase as well as the moon phases, and on Patreon I also have working with the phases and even more in depth about the menstrual phases and all of that fun stuff, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But it is time to pick yourself up and understand the power that you truly hold, because I feel like there may have been a lot of stuff that have beaten you down, but you're kind of just taking it and being in this victim mentality as if you have absolutely no control, but you have so much power and you have a lot more control than you realize. Self-control is powerful, but so is knowledge. Continue to focus on growing and learning. So you have the 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Then you have the Healer, Kairos, and Venom. So with the Healer, you're really good at transmuting your pain into wisdom. Snakes are usually about transition, and there's 3 of them. Harry Potter also may be significant. Harry Potter and Hercules, because I'm seeing the dog Fluffy from Harry Potter, and then I don't remember the dog's name in Hercules, but both of them have a 3-headed dog, and that dog is incredibly powerful and fierce, channeling your inner strength. But also there's gonna be a lot of change and transitions for you, especially in this month and previously, but also throughout your entire life. 3 is also the number of balance, working on making sure that you have your finances, your health, your home, your sex life all balanced, your emotions and your spirituality. Getting more control of your emotions as well, being calm, peaceful, and serene. And the eye is a symbol of truth, as well as your third eye chakra. Your third eye chakra is connected to your perception, your intuition, and your dreams. If you see something, trust it. Now, there's one thing if you are actively thinking about it and seeing stuff in your mind, but if you get a vision or an image of something, write it down and focus on it. What does that mean? And allow your body to tell you what it means. It may be incredibly obvious, or it may need some time to simmer for you to understand what that message meant. Also, with the third eye chakra being connected to perception, the easiest way to get out of a lack mentality is to focus on what you have to be grateful for. Start with your body first. Can you see? Can you hear? Can you taste? Can you feel? Do you have all your limbs? Can you travel? Do you have have a car? Can you breathe? Are your sinuses clear? Do you have a working digestive system, urinary system, reproductive system? What are all of these natural things that you can be blessed and grateful for that some people don't? It would absolutely suck to be stripped of your vision or of your hearing or just the simple basic health and senses that people naturally have. And there are a lot of people who are stripped of these things who don't let that bring them down, and they still live a fulfilling life. Can you walk? There's a lot of people who are in wheelchairs. They can't walk, they can't drive, and they are mainly dependent on other people. Are you independent? How independent are you versus dependent on other people? Having gratitude for everything that you have overcome, you have survived, and that you have made it through. Letting go of a lot of things that are just not meant for you anymore, especially when it comes to beliefs that you have carried about yourself for way too long. Underestimating yourself, taking yourself for granted, and taking your life and opportunities for granted. Taking your time for granted. You can always make more money, you can never make more time. You should never be doing things to kill time because your time is limited. You have absolutely no idea when you will never wake up again, when you'll never be able to drink water, to be with your family, to read a book, to watch a movie, to go on vacation, to take a hike, to ride a bike. There's so many things in this world that being alive is worth for. I hope that made sense. It's okay to allow yourself to be comfortable, but don't get stuck in comfort, because you cannot grow in comfort if you are constantly rewatching the same movie or TV show over and over and over and over and over again. You are wasting your time. You are stripping yourself of new experiences that you could be doing instead. And I understand when you're stressed and overwhelmed, you reach for comfort. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because it gives you comfort for a reason. But being mindful and aware and having a limit with yourself. Self-boundaries are so important. You may not think there's any consequences if you go against your own boundaries, but there are. If your screen time boundary is, I will stay off screens at 8 p.m. and so on, but you find yourself on your phone watching TikTok at 11:30 p.m., you are screwing yourself up for the next day. You're gonna wake up tired, you may oversleep, or just get a late start of your day because you went against your own boundaries. Another example of a self-boundary is how much you eat. If you decide to binge eat chips, pineapples, strawberries, a hoagie, fries, and onion rings, there's no one telling you stop eating. And if there is, well, they can't control you unless they physically take the food away from you. But the consequence of going against a certain boundary of, this is how much I'm gonna eat, but actually eating this much, you are gonna hurt your body. Your stomach may hurt, you may feel tired and groggy, or you'll feel nauseous. There are so many ways where there are consequences naturally for going against your own self boundaries. You are responsible for holding yourself accountable when you do things that are against your own boundaries. You are responsible for setting that boundary in the first place. Those were examples, but it could be financial spending. If your boundary is you can do one fun event every single month, but you decide to do 3 to 5 fun events, financially you're going to be struggling a lot more than if you did one fun event. Or if you go out to eat every single week or almost every single day, your bank account will be the consequence. So focusing on self-control this month and making sure that you are holding yourself accountable and taking responsibility for things that you do. And when you are aware of these things, you have the ability to change them. With you being a healer, you have the ability to help inspire other people as well as to heal other people. Now, it is not your responsibility to heal other people, but just your light and authenticity can help inspire other people to focus on themselves, to face their darkness and their pain. Don't stop being yourself. Use your words kindly, consciously, and lovingly. That's gonna end this reading. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Definitely let me know how it resonated, and you can stop by pile 1 if you feel called to it. If not, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.